to find the partial derivatives of a function of three variables, z, natural log of x squared plus y squared, plus sine of x times z. And so the partial derivatives are going to be partial of f respect to x of x, y, z, partial of f respect to y of x, y, z, and partial of f respect to z of x, y, z. Now, taking the derivative of the first term in terms of, with partial of the first term with respect to x, it's going to be, and I have the z in here, which is a constant. Z is the constant, constant coefficient. Then natural log is typically 1 over the inside. And then I have to take the derivative of inside, partial of the inside function, according to chain rule, basically. Chain rule of one variable. So at this point, I get partial of x squared plus y squared quantity x squared plus y squared is just 2x, because 2x plus 0 is 2x. And then the second part, sine of xz, and z is a coefficient of x inside of sine. First, do the chain rule for one variable, which is cosine of inside unchanged, multiply it by the derivative of inside with respect to x, partial of inside with respect to x, which z is going to be the constant, and so you get a z. Now, and you can clean this up a little bit, write it as 2x z over x squared plus y squared plus z cosine xz. So that's the first one. Partial of f with respect to y, let's go back. Again, z is the constant. Derivative of natural log is 1 over inside times the derivative of the inside. And partial of the inside is going to be 2y this time. Now, cosine of xz, this time around, there is no y in cosine of xz. Therefore, the derivative of that is just this x times z is a constant, sine of a constant is a constant, therefore derivative is 0. Derivative of a constant is 0. So you end up with 2yz over x squared plus y squared. The last one is partial respect to z. Partial respect to z. Natural log of x squared plus y squared, because x squared plus y squared are constant with respect to z, natural log of a constant is constant. Therefore, derivative of the basically z times a constant is just going to be that constant. That's the constant coefficient rule. And over here, we have sine of xz, and z appears in there, so this is not constant. I end up with cosine of xz times partial of inside with respect to z, which is x. That's